Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the webinar of Keka for Core HR Attributes. Hope you all are doing well. So, currently, I'm seeing a lot of people are still joining the session. So, we'll just wait for 5 minutes and we'll start the session at 4:05. Meanwhile, we are sharing a handout with you all. So till 4:05, you all can have a look at the handout and check the agenda for today's session and go through it for your reference. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So it's 4:05 and we'll be starting the session. So, just a quick overview before we start a session. So, today's agenda is for core HR attributes. So, we have seen people are having a lot of difficulties managing their employees, their details. So, we have come up with this webinar explaining you how Keka's platform will help you manage all the employee details, their exit process, and how you can engage with your employees using Keka's platform. So we'll be having the agenda for today's session. They'll be divided into 4 parts. The first one would be the employee related details. The second session would be related to document generation, engagement platform, and the last one would be related to the exit process. So I'm now sharing my screen with everyone to help you understand the process. So once you log into Keka, this would be your platform. For each organization, there will be an org. So now why org is important. So the org dashboard will give you everything related to employees, the easy links to add the details in a quick manner, a number of reports related to employees. So you can have these reports downloaded. You can add a new employee either one by one or via bulk. And you can also update the employees in bulk. So this would be helping. This is a dashboard that would give you a brief details for all the related activities. You will have an analytics section on the dashboard that would show you a number of reports related to analytics. And on the top, you would be able to see the number of employees you have added in your organization, the number of them you have invited, and who have registered, and who have not been invited. So, on the basis of that, you can go ahead and ask the other employees, invite them to the KCAS platform. Now, to move ahead, we'll go with the employees process. So once you go to org, you'll have to go to the second option, that is employees. A number of options will be available for employee settings. The directory will be showing you all the employees that have already been added. Now to make the initial settings, you go to settings. So this was the employees default settings. Now depending upon your organization, you can select the probation period that you have in your company based on days, months, or weeks. For example, I'm putting it over here 2 months. Now, if some companies have the option that they want the system to automatically change after 2 months the employees from probation period to full time. So you can enable this option. And that enable employee probation automatically. In case if it is that you want to do it manually, that you want to check the performance of the employee after 2 months, you can do that also. You can remove this option and select. You can select the worker type, the and update. Just 1 second. Guys, I'm sharing my screen again since it was not clear. Can you guys please confirm if it is clear now? Is it clear? Sorry guys for the interruption. So I have just changed the screen and the settings. So is my screen visible now? Sure, sure. Thank you for your updates. So now I'll just go again with from the beginning for the employees. Sorry for the interruption. So if you go to settings, you have an option over here to make the changes. So I selected the probation period as 2 months. I want to check the performance of the employee, so I don't want the system to automatically make the person full time. So I have not checked this box. If you want that, you can check it. You can select the person's type, whether it's permanent, it's a contractual person, or it's an intern, and whether it's a full time employee or a part time employee. And click on update. Now you go to job titles. So how job titles will help you? You can create the list of all the job titles in the beginning, and once you add new employees, you can just assign those employees with that titles. So for example, I'll create one title. Now I have created a title as Business Development Manager. I can add a new employee and assign the person to this title. In this way, you can have number of titles. In case when your organization is expanding or you have new titles to come up, you can come here and add the other titles. You can have different employee series. So you can have series based on the location. You can have series based on pay groups, depending upon how you are making that in your organization. And the next number will be auto assigned by the system itself. So for example, I'll create one series name as I want the prefix to be KOL for Kolkata employees. I want it to be 2 digit. I don't want any suffix, and my next number should be 5. So it will automatically be KOL05. So for example, I have 4 employees till now. When I make a new employee in Kolkata, the next number will be assigned to him auto by the system. That will be KOL05. And you save it. Next would be the timeline settings. So these are some default settings that when the employee has joined will be visible by every month, department head, L2 reporting, probation completed, work anniversary. So these are the default settings that we have. You can change the visibility of the settings by disabling or enabling any one. So these are the details related to employees. You can have same way here, you will be able to see all the employee related directory. And you will be able to see the employee related reports from here, the registered employees from the dashboard. And you can segregate it using your units. And you are able to see here employee related relates to the invited employees, registered employees who have not registered, your new joinees. So number of reports are available here, everything related to the employees, which you can see from here. So now we will be going to Engage platform. So how Engage is useful, how Engage platform is useful over here. So Engage will help people in your organization create and publish new articles. You are able to create polls for your employees, and then you can also check for new announcements. So I'll go ahead with articles. So in the first step, you have to go to articles. You can make the initial settings. You can allow the employees to create and manage their own articles. Then to create a new article, a person has to go to manage, create a new article. He can add an image if he has. He can add a title for his article. For example, I'll just I'll add a content if I want. I can change the format in bold, italics. I can make a number of formattings. I can add various images, and I can publish the article, or I can either save it as a draft and publish it in future. If I want articles in different, I can see all the articles that I have created in my home section. Now to create a poll, I have to go to poll section. Now, first let me give you just a brief of what is the difference between a poll and an announcement. So poll will be if you want your employees to give an opinion regarding certain activity, and here the people will be able to give their opinion either via text or just by selecting the option. But in announcements, They will not be able to reply, but it's just a visibility for them for anything that the company has made a new announcement or the notification that you want to give. So for polls, I go to poll, new polls. Now I want to create a new poll. For example, I'll create a new poll for New Year party. So I have created three options over here. I can add number of them. If I want to add any file related to this, the details, if I want to give what is the plan and everything, I can add a attachment. If it's related to only a particular department, I can select a department from here, whether it's related to sales, customer success, or HR, or whether it's related to everyone. I can select the location if I have multiple. Now, if I want about this new poll creation to be notified to its employees via email, I can select or I can just uncheck. I can allow users to give multiple options. I can allow them to add their own answers. I can exclude the employees who are in notice period to not have this poll's visibility. So there are these higher restrictions available. And for example, I want to make this poll expired by 28th of December to make the decision. I can select this and either save it as draft or publish it. So employees will be able to select and vote accordingly. Now the next section would be the announcements. So for example, I have to announce about a certain activity. So I can go to announcements. I can add the same thing, add an image. I can enter the announcement. For example, I'll just go COVID work from home extended. I can write my main content. I can add any other details. I can make any customizations if I wish to. I can add any file. I can add any image. Same process. You can select your department. You can select the location. You can either select specific employees if you want, or you can notify them by email. And if you want the employee, they are not able to reply back, but they can like or like it, that they have read it. So you can allow likes, you can give the require acknowledgement, and you can give an expiry date for this announcement. So even if it gets expired, it will be there in your section, but it will not be visible to employees. So the announcement is available. I'm able to like or dislike. This is related to the Engage platform. Now we will go to document generation platform. So how document generation is helpful. So we have some fixed letter templates that you can use, or you can have your own customized template if you have in your organization. You can have various organization documents. You can create a folder and you can allow share it with your employees depending upon the department and the location. and they can have a visibility for these documents that you are uploading related to organization. So for example, I'll help you create one letter. I create a customized letter template. I want to create a letter template for appointment or offer letter, for example. I can select my page size. I can add the page margins. I can add the border size. I can select a fixed header for all my template related to a offer letter, and I can have a footer. So, and these are the attributes which you can already have. So for example, if I want in the header, in the beginning, I want my company's logo, I can just select the legal entity logo. I can select the legal entity's name and company's name. In the footer, I want the company's address, so I can add company name, address line. You have a number of attributes here related to organization and related to employees, and you can have your own custom attributes also. Once I create this, I can go to the main content. I can have a fixed content for my template. So I can add the new employee's name here. So this attributes, custom attributes. So your this is to inform will always remain consistent. You just have to add the employee's first name and the middle name and last name. You can select your unit and a particular salary. You can have other details also. If you want, you can add your signature and organization details. So once you put it, you can have a look at this. So this will help. This is, for example, what I have created. We can have a number of other ways to create this. I'll save the template. Now I can generate this letter to any employee whenever I want. I selected one. I can select to generate it in PDF format or docs format and click on generate. I have chosen signature, so that's why it's showing me that option. I add the signature and I'll be able to generate. These are the organization documents that you can upload. So next process that we will be going through is the exit process. If any employee has resigned from the company, we can use this exit option. So I'll just show you with one example. So whenever any employee is exiting, you have to first initiate an exit for that particular employee and then go with the exit process. So for example, I have one employee who is resigning. So you have to search the employee in the beginning. I selected the employee. I need to go and initiate exit. You will be having the option to select whether the employee has resigned or the company has decided to terminate it. So if I click on employee resigned, I need to just select a reason. So I have selected that the employee gave the notice on 10th. but his last working day was, he just gave 9 days notice. You can select if you're okay to rehire the employee, so his details will be saved in the system. If not, you can just remove it. You can make all the leave settings. You can add the comment for your reference. And initiate the exit. So now you have to go to org and exit. So since I initiated the exit, the first step would be you have to approve the exit for this employee. So it is showing it in pending approvals. You need to go take action, either approve or reject depending on you. So this would be approve the resignation. Then you will get this employee in exit process. So this has been approved. You need to go, you need to process and settle his salary. If you would have an exit task related, that whether you have to get any assets recovered or you have to add any task related to him, this would be showing it to you over here, and you can select the option of whether that task is done or not. This would be showing if any pending payment is left. If you have to pay, you can select pay, or if you can just avoid it. This would be showing you all details related to the notice period, and finalize and close. This would be showing you the employees for whom it has been settled and for who it has been finalized. So if I have reverted any exit, this will be showing it me if I have reverted the exit for this employee. So this is showing me in reverted exit. If I wouldn't have done reverted exit, it would have been shown to me sent settled amount. This would be showing me employees who have already been exited previously from the organization. I can make notice period settings in the beginning itself. I have a notice period of 2 months. So what I can do is if I have a 1 month or 3 month, I can do that. If I have the same notice period for everyone, I can do here. And it might have happened that we have different notice period for depending upon the seniority of the employees. So you can add multiple notice periods here. So you can add, I can select my duration and assign the employees accordingly. I can make various resignation settings, termination settings. If I have to terminate, I can click on approval required and make the settings. That what if I have approval is needed from reporting manager to terminate an employee. A number of exit reasons can be there from start in predefined. You can add your reasons if you want any more customized one. This would help you cover the task lists. So for if an employee has exited, there might be a number of tasks that you follow. You can have a laptop recovery. You might have to have a knowledge transfer. You might have other tasks. They have to fill up a form. So you can add a number of tasks here, and that would be showing it to you when a person is in exit process. So this would be the main thing, and you will be able to see these details in the dashboard for all the employees who have already been exited. You will be able to see in the report section for employees. So this is how we do the basic settings related to employees engagement platform, documents and exit process. You can let me know if you have any doubts and I can help you with that if there is any question. Any questions? Hi Mehul, can you just give me the request? What do you want me to repeat? Hi Swati. So there is nothing as specific as how we can put a poll. There is a how many number of polls or questions you can. There can be number of questions. There is no limit. Yeah, so I'll just have explain the exit process once more. If I go to exit, I can first create an exit for one employee. So I want that the company has decided to terminate or employee has resigned. Can select resignation. I go to org. I'll have to go to exit. I need to approve. So now this employee is in exit process. I can process and settle. So since this is a dummy, this is an example or a dummy data through which we are explaining, previous salaries have not been added. That's why this is showing you that the screen is editable only after previous pending cycles are finalized. There is no dues also. So if I would have any final previous pay cycle for the same employee, I would be able to finalize here. So that is the reason it is showing me a option of you can finalize only after previous pending pay cycles are done. So since this was for your reference, it is showing this. If I have previous pay cycle 2 or 3 also, this will help you finalize, and the employees will be shown in FNF settlement, and it would be shown in settled amount. Currently, it is showing it to me in reverted exits and exited employees. Hi Mehul, you will be getting the recording of the session, so you will be able to view the if you have missed out anything. Hi Mazhar, sorry if you had not received the recorded session, we will look into it. You will get the recording session. Guys, if you all have any more questions, you can drop an email at support@keka.com. Thank you for attending today's session. Please let us know if there is any further for the. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.